Good morning and welcome to Mr. Avila's class. Today we are going to learn the simple past, aka pretérito indefinido. Our objectives for today's class, it's what are we learning? We are learning how to use the simple past in Spanish. What we'll be able to do by the end of this class, we will be able to identify and conjugate regular verbs ending in AR, ER, and IR in the simple past. First, very important, what do we use the simple past for? The simple past, pretérito indefinido, is used to describe completed actions in the past. As an example, we have yesterday I walked to school. Ayer yo caminé a la escuela. Let's jump into the conjugation. For regular verbs, we add specific endings to the verb stem depending on the verb type. We're going to take a look at that in some seconds. First, we're going to start with our subjects in Spanish. Yo, tú, él, ella, usted, nosotros, ellos, ellas, ustedes. And we have our verb groups. We have AR, ER, and IR. For today's class, we're going to be conjugating and using the following verbs. Hablar, to speak or to talk. Comer, to eat. And vivir, to live. So, the first thing that we need to do is to identify the stem. The stem of a verb is going to be the whole verb except its ending. So, for example, hable or HABL. For comer is going to be COM. And for vivir is going to be VIV. That's going to be our stems, and that's what we're going to use to conjugate them. For AR verbs, we're going to use our stem first and the ending for AR in the simple past, which in this case is A, with an accent, very important, with a graphic accent that we call tilde in Spanish. That's gonna be something that we do for the first person, all of them gonna have that graphic accent, and you'll see that later. Tú, we have our stem, and the ending aste, hablaste. Él, ella, usted, third person, we have our stem, and O, habló. As you can see, we also have that graphic accent, tilde, for the third person. So for first person and third person, we're always going to have that graphic accent for all of them. Nosotros, we have our stem and amos. And finally, we have ellos, ellas, ustedes, our stem and the ending al. So as you can see, all our endings are highlighted right here. You can clap, for example, so we can kind of like memorize them, and it's going to be easier for us to use it later. So we have for AR, our endings are A, aste, O, amos, al. A, aste, O, amos, al. Very good. It's going to go now with ER verbs. We have, of course, our stem, COM, and our ending. Now, this ending is going to be different from AR ending because they are two different groups, right? So, for Joe, we have E with that accent. Remember, the accent is going to go for all of them for the first person, yo, and the third person, él, ella, usted. Very good. Tú, our stem, plus iste. El, ella, usted, stem, yo, with that graphic accent. Nosotros, stem, imos. And finally, ellos, ellas, ustedes, stem plus ye. Okay? So, again, we can clap to the endings for ER verbs so we can memorize them better, kind of like remember them better when we have to use them for conjugation. For ER verbs, our endings are gonna be I, iste, yo, imos, ye. I, iste, yo, imos, ye. For IR verbs, I have very good news. These same endings are gonna be the ones that we use for IR verbs. Yes, exactly the same ending. So that's pretty cool because we just have to memorize 2 sets of endings, right? Not 3. So for our verb vivir, the stem is gonna be viv plus the ending, same one right here. Yo viví, tú, stem, viviste, él, ella, usted, vivió, nosotros, vivimos, ellos, vivieron. Same endings for ER and IR verbs. Pretty easy, right? Very good. Let's gonna take a look at some examples. Ayer yo hablé con mi amigo. Yesterday I talked to my friend. El fin de semana pasado nosotros comimos pasta. Last weekend we ate pasta. And now a little bit of practice. It's gonna translate these sentences together. First one we have, yesterday you ate pizza. If you said, ayer tú comiste pizza, that's correct. Second sentence, last weekend they talked a lot. Very good. El fin de semana pasado ellos hablaron mucho. Great. Now, let's gonna take a very quick quiz just to verify that we all understood what the simple past is, what the endings are, and all of that, right? So, for the first one we have, ayer yo blank trabajar. What do you say? Trabajé. Very good. Ayer yo trabajé with that accent because we're talking about the first person. Very good. Number 2. En la mañana ellos, the verb is beber, ER verb. Excellent. Bebieron. En la mañana ellos bebieron. And the third one, el año pasado tú, escribir, IR verb, una carta. And the answer is perfect. Escribiste. El año pasado tú escribiste una carta. Great. To recap, the simple past, pretérito indefinido, is used to describe completed actions in the past. We have 3 verb groups, AR, ER, and IR. And the endings are the AR, haste o amos Aaron. Remember, haste o amos Aaron. And for ER and IR, we're going to have the same endings. I, iste, yo, imos, ye. I, iste, yo, imos, ye. Okay, that will be it for today. Gracias y hasta la próxima.